Hey kids, guess where we're at? Well, I'm at the local feed store today, and babies are out of molasses, and so we're gonna get some. One of these, or maybe two. I think I'll get two. And there you are. Hi. I'll get two, and then after put them in the back of the truck, and then after that we'll go out to the big farm and give one to the cows out there, because they didn't get a Christmas present, and everybody should get a Christmas present. So that's what we're about. And I gotta go in and buy some of these. There they go. Awesome. Look at that. The grouses are out. Down in the middle of the road. That's interesting. I saw two in the middle of the driveway at home. Now we're almost to the farm. The farm is just right up there around the corner. We call them locally bush chickens. Looks like a rough grouse to me. You can get a close. Unfortunately, the sun is right at my camera, so you don't get a good look, but there you go. Fun, huh? Bye, chicken. The cows have been wandering around the hayfield. We'll zip up there and see how much hay's left in the hay shed. And then we'll pet some cows. How's that sound? Here comes some hay. There you go, have it. Hard for me to recognize who's who. I have to start all over again. Well, of course, Jack, you can tell who he is, but I think this is Beatrice. They're all having a little something. Yeah. This is drink. Stuff you do. You're gonna have to. Are you ready? 1, 2. Okay, it's round. It's a wheel. Let's do this. Okay. Who wants some? Casey cow, she's ready for it. You want your molasses, Casey cow? No, don't break the bucket. Her mouth is watering already. Here you go. Want some? Here you go. Have it. Good girl. Whew. Is it good? We'll fight. Is it yummy? Have it. Good girl. No? Don't like it? There you go. That's Curly. Miss mustn't touch it. You can never touch her. And that's Curly's baby Casey. And they're getting pushed out of the way by Jack. Jack has decided it's his turn. And they'll have a little push-a-rama going for a few days until the feeling goes away. And here's another story. While they're having the lollipop for cows there, how many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop? Casey Cow and Tinkerbell. Yeah. Here's another story about these round bales I got from a farmer who had some extra and he just wanted to get rid of them, so I got them for a very, very reasonable price. But I need them off this trailer, so we're going to cut some strings and we'll have to start using the pitchfork or something to get these over there where the cows can eat them. So at great effort, we got a board down there and pried this bale off and got the strings off of it. We're having a look to see if the cows actually like it, and it appears that they're quite happy to have this new hay. It's very fluffy. Looks like someone was having a hard time with their baler. That's what it looks like to me. Like this stuff has been baled about 4 times. That's what makes it go fuzzy like that. But they all like it, so for whatever I paid, I don't remember. Remember what it was? $40 a bale for a round bale, big enough that 2 guys can't move it without an 8-foot board to pry it with, and even then it made me pass gas. And the cows like it, so that's pretty cheap feed. You can't even make hay yourself for that cheap. So when he said that's what he wanted to do, is sell it for $40 each, I said I'll be back tomorrow with my trailer. See how fluffy it is? But here's a story my grandfather used to say about making hay. And they're quite liking it, and they're not hungry, but you can tell by the look of them, they're all chubby. But my grandfather used to say, if you put your hay up early, it doesn't matter what happens to it, the cows will like it. But if you press the issue and you wait and put your hay up at the last minute, then you better do a real good job of putting it up, because it's not that forgiving after that point. Is it, Finn? And so you can tell this hay it looks yellow, but it's got lots of, see how there's little fine bits in there. Like it got put through the baler a few times and then the baler didn't tie and out it went and had to drive over it with the machine again. That's what that looks like to me. But they're quite grateful to have it. And so we did well. And so I'm looking at the hay pile, perusing the situation, because you're always wondering, am I going to make it till spring? That's the question every farmer asks himself about, do I have enough hay till spring? And so when we put away the toys, the haymaking toys off of the hayfield, we back them up usually, and I fold this up just enough so you got room to squeeze through here sideways in front of the pile. So that's the end of the pile, probably right there where that post was. And so it looks like my farmer's helpers here have fed out about maybe a quarter of the hay. And now they're going to do some round bales for a while. There are 14 cows here. And so the rule of thumb in my area, every area is different obviously, the growing season and when winter comes and when winter goes away. But in my area, the rule of thumb is 1 cow will require 100 good and better hay to make it through a winter. And to make it through a long winter. That gives you, and you might have about, it should be 90, but I always say 100. And then you should have a few bales left over in case something bizarre happens. And so we got more than enough hay. Then you start to wonder where I'm going to put next year's hay if I don't get some of this hay used up. But that's a very good problem to have. That's when old people used to say, when someone would tell them the price of something that they thought was maybe a little bit too expensive, they would go, "Oh boy, that's a lot of hay." Because meaning hay is money. Just like money in the bank, that's what hay is. Hay in the barn is money in the bank. Look at that. See, they've already had enough molasses. That's how much they like this hay. If this hay was not very good, you can bet she'd be having molasses instead of hay, but she quite likes it. And so my farmer friend, I think his name was Mark, and he just getting started in the farming business, doesn't even have any cows of his own, so he was picking my brain quite a bit. But he started out just selling hay, but this hay was from the previous year that he didn't sell, and wasn't getting as many haying customers as he wanted, and so he offered me the hay left over from the previous year to just take it away because he didn't have room or wanted to make sure it was sold or something. He offered it to me as bedding, and I'm like, bedding? What are you talking about? And so anyway, I took it, and sure enough, look at that. They're just gobbling it up. So we did well. Oh yes, we did. What do you think, Sophie the vegan? Is it good? Have it. Look at her. Great big gobs of it. The thing about hay is, if you put it up, you can't just leave it out in the field and dry it out dry as popcorn fart and then bale it. You want to have some moisture in it, just enough so that you bale it up and it gets packed into the bale, and then it almost starts to ferment inside the bale, and then it runs out of moisture and it's dried out, and that's it. And it's just ever so slightly, and it gives it kind of that sweet hay smell. That's how that comes. And if you dry it right out and you bale it, it doesn't have that nice hay smell. The moisture content is very critical. In fact, they have some fairly sophisticated equipment on haying machines to make sure that you get the moisture content just right. And obviously, from having baled it several times, he didn't do that, but he produced some pretty nice hay somehow. And when it's just slightly fermented and a little bit sweet, then that's when they really like it. There they are, Tinkerbell. Do you like it? Is it good? Look in here, have it. Yeah. Huh? Yummy, eh? Who's this? Bliss, I think. Hard to tell. Too many. Bunny. This one's Bunny. I couldn't remember her name before, but it's Bunny. Bunny and Tinkerbell. They are both having their first calves this spring, sometime around, hopefully, the first week in April or first couple of weeks in April. If that's when they manage to calve, then that means I did a really good job, because I tend to let the heifers in with the bull just a little bit later than I let the bull in with the mature cows, just so that the heifers, because they don't have the problem of producing too much milk with too small of a calf to drink it all. The heifers notoriously don't quite have enough milk for the calf, and so I let them calve a little bit later so they're closer to the green grass, and then everybody wins. So that's that. And what a beautiful day we've got to be playing with cows and grunting bales around. I'll take it. What do you think, Finn? Is that the end of this video? Huh? Is it? I think so. So, my fellow cow enthusiasts, wherever you are, have a happy day, and we'll see you next time.